Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. US markets continues to have a good run and we have seen both the Nasdaq and the Dow going up by about 0.5 to almost about 0.71%, and S&P continues to trade at a record high and currently it's at about 1772, and even the Dow Jones is about 50 points away from the record high. And the FOMC meet is going to begin from tomorrow, where we will have some clarity about their short-term interest rate stance, but there is a consensus view that the tapering is definitely away, and what was actually scheduled to start from September this year and was likely to unwound by about April or May is going to start somewhere in FY14 and may get over by about September or October. European markets too had a good run, and most of the markets were up anywhere from about 0.5% to almost about 0.75%, no major data points, and there is a lot of resilience in the Eurozone over the past few months, and even the bond yields are suggesting that there is going to be ample liquidity to support some kind of a fragile recovery that the Eurozone is undergoing right now. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, Nikkei is up about 1%, and even Hang Seng and most of the other markets are up almost about 1%. And when we look at the SGX Nifty, it's suggesting that we are going to open up almost about 35 points, somewhere close to all-time high that we have seen. So it would not be surprising to see the markets touching all-time high during Diwali times. And this is backed by strong flows, and FIs were net buyers in the cash market to the tune of 1100 crore. Even in the index futures, they were buyers to the tune of about 1100 crore. However, domestic institutions were sellers in the cash market to the tune of 900 crore. Yesterday was a very strong session for our markets post the RBI credit policy, where the repo rate has been increased by 25 basis points, but the MSF rate has been slashed by 25 basis points. And apart from that, the short-term liquidity has been boosted by almost about 40,000 crore. So that has gone down too well with the markets, and we have seen a very strong move across the banking names, and Bank Nifty itself was up almost about 4.5%. So the overall sentiment in our markets is good. The global backdrop is strong. The flows are definitely very good. So bias remains positive, and during expiry, we think that we could see another spike of almost about 100 to 150 points on the Nifty and about 300 points on the Bank Nifty. On that note, let me invite Sadhna to take us through important F&O cues and ideas that we could have from the F&O side.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. From past couple of trading sessions, we have seen that FIs are continuously on sell mode. In yesterday trade, they were net sellers of approximately 230 crores. And in yesterday trade, we have seen that after announcement of expected monetary policy, markets not only hit a fresh intraday high but also once again broke the straddle break-even point of 6236. In this period, we have seen that 40.57 lakh shares were added in open interest and cost of carry increased by 180%, indicating aggressive long positions formed by market participants with good volumes. And we have seen that put option has added around 67 lakh shares in open interest, whereas call option underwent reduction by 13 lakh shares in open interest, due to which PCR has shot up from 1.18 to 1.30. It is clearly visible in the options activity, as we see 6100 put option has seen a highest number of shares in open interest, whereas on higher side 6300 call option has highest number of shares in open interest. So we may see market may find support at 6100 levels, and we expect 6300 target in coming days. Overall, our bias for the market is positive, and as Sicambo Nifty is up by 25 points, so we may see a gap up opening in Indian markets. From intraday perspective, one can go along on UPL with a stop loss of 155.20. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, the companies which will be announcing numbers. Bharti Airtel, we are looking at a net profit of about 792 crore. After IDEA's numbers, most of the analysts are expecting weak set of numbers from Bharti. So if there's a bit of a weakness, market would not be really surprised, and it remains to be seen what really their African operations have done in terms of dollar revenue and the revenue per minute, which has seen some kind of an improvement in IDEA's case. So Bharti, whether it's able to post that improvement is something that remains to be seen. Jindal Steel and Power, we are looking at a net profit of about 544 crore. DLF, the consensus is 165 crore. And in case of Lupin, the net profit expectation is about 404 crore, about 20% kind of a growth there. RBI came out with their monetary policy, and where the repo rate has been increased by about 25 basis points to about 7.75, and which was in line with market expectations. CRR has remained unchanged at about 4%, and the short-term liquidity rate, which is MSF rate, has been slashed by 25 basis points. So the gap between the MSF and the repo rate now is at about 1%, and also there is going to be an infusion of liquidity through a short-term window of about 7 to 14 days to the tune of about 40,000 crore. So this has gone down well with the markets, and we think that the momentum which is visible in the banking stocks could continue for next couple of days. Ranbaxy reported a weak set of numbers, and their loss came in at about 454 crore versus a profit of 754 crore in the previous year, and analyst expectation was about 150 crore of profit, and the revenue of the company registered a very moderate growth of about 3.5%. And what is really surprising is that the company has been reporting a forex loss of sizable amount. This time around the forex loss was about 302 crore. Quarter after quarter after quarter, we are seeing this company reporting forex loss, which remains a mystery. The direct tax code, which would replace the earlier Income Tax Act, is likely to be tabled in the Parliament during the winter session, as per the indications from the Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram. And Infosys is in the process of reaching out a settlement with the US government over the company's alleged misuse of the temporary work permits. JSW Steel is looking at raising about $600 million through ECB route, and Union Bank of India is also considering a QIP to increase the capital by either preferential or QIP or rights issue. And as per the media reports, the prime focus could be listing one of their units in the US bourses to raise funds. Some negative reports on the hotel industry, and as per the Cushman and Wakefield report, the capacity addition in the hotel industry has been hit by the slowdown, the poor performance by the hotels, as well as the cash crunch being faced by the builders. So the new projects have come to a standstill for the hotel industry. Coming to the stock specific ideas, Tata Steel, their UK units has announced a restructuring of their long product business. They're also going to fire about 500 people from their operations, and this would be a bit of a positive for them. So one can go long on Tata Steel with a stop loss of 319 and a target of about 336 to about 342. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a good time, and see you tomorrow.